This is it. More than 5 years of build-up, 2 expansions of fighting their minions, the building of an alliance that spans most of the galaxy, and endless story threads leading up to this moment. The Iconian War is here, and it's time to see if the Alliance is up to the task of repelling the Iconian invasion. The Iconian War will begin in 2 episodes that release with Season 10, featuring the voice talents of Robert Duncan McNeil as Tom Paris and Lisa Licercio as Mirelle Paris. You will be engaging the Iconians in 3 queues. The first 2 represent 2 fronts of the same battle for Kronos, where you will face the fearsome Iconian heralds in space and ground combat. In the 3rd queue, you will assault a herald sphere, a gateway-controlled hub for herald ships, and attempt to prevent the invasion of other worlds in our galaxy. This war will span months and require teamwork and sacrifice from the entire Alliance. What you're going to see this season is only the beginning. In addition to the amazing story content, we'll be providing the equipment to fight the Iconians through the Iconian Resistance Reputation, which features gear tailor-made to fight the Iconian Heralds. We've completed the pilot specialization, giving it a full suite of abilities that put it on par with Intelligence and Command. Along with this update, we're also giving you the ability to slot a primary specialization in a secondary slot and vice versa, giving you even more flexibility to choose your role. Last but certainly not least, we've completely overhauled our existing sector space. Our original sector space has been converted from 18 sector maps into 3 quadrant maps. On top of tearing down these walls and eliminating all of those map transfers, the scale of sector space has been adjusted to improve the feeling of being in the vastness of space. This is a momentous change for the game, and to celebrate it, we're going to be giving out a few party favors if you log in during the first week of Season 10. During our first year, we released some items that we're bringing back for the first time ever to commemorate the day the sector walls fell. Everyone that logs in during the first week will have free access to the following items in the C-Store: Shaka When the Walls Fell emote, the Badge of Timba, the Medal of Tanagra, and the titles of Temerian Envoy and Hero of Tanagra. This is stacking up to be an excellent season, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all in-game. Well, there you go, everybody. This is the Doctor. Welcome back to Star Trek Online. This is Season 10, The Iconian War. And yes, we are here at Iconia, as that little introduction there for the game that was on the Stowe News webpage. You can check that out. I'll give links in the description for more information about Season 10. If you want to find out what to do in Season 10, like, okay, now Season 10 now, that's great. What do we do? What do we actually do? Well, go to this little question mark here, click What's New in an Iconian Invasion, and this will tell you all the new things you can do. As it says here, Season 10 is now available. In the update, the Iconian War starts with episodes featuring Robert Duncan McNeil and Lisa Licercio. These are new queues for max-level players to fight the Iconian Heralds, and a new Iconian Resistance Reputation that will provide specialized gear to help you take on one of the biggest challenges ever for captains from the Federation, the Klingon Empire, and the Romulan Republic. In addition, They've got the pilot specialization expanded with a full suite of abilities. Players will now have the option to slot primary specialization in a secondary slot. And for all these new pilots, we've completely updated sector space, converting it from 18 sector maps to 3 quadrants. The scale has been adjusted to improve the feel of flying in space. So, the Iconian invasion. That is the huge, huge theme of Season 10. With conflict with the Iconians looming, Admiral Quinn and the leaders of the KDF and the Romulan Republic are gathering the best and brightest of their commanders to plan for war. The battle begins in Blood of Ancients, a new featured episode. In the aftermath of that battle, elite teams will make surgical strikes against the enemy. Join them in Delta Flight. So this is the first thing you can do. These are 2 new featured episodes, missions, for Season 10, the Iconian War. This is where you want to start. Go play Blood of the Ancients first, and you have to play them in order. You cannot play them out of order. Go play Blood of the Ancients first, and then when you're done with that, go play Delta Flight. That will get you in on this Iconian War. That's the big thing here. Those 2 new featured episodes, and whatever rewards they will allow. After that, there are new STFs or new queues you can go in and do for level 60 characters. You've got in Gateway to Grethor, players will fight in Kronos orbit to defend the Klingon homeworld from Herald invasion forces. On the ground in Brotherhood of the Sword, teams will transport to besiege First City to continue the fight against the Heralds and retake the planet. And then in the Herald Sphere, teams will engage the Herald forces in an attempt to enter Gateway Control Hub and stop the invasion of other planets throughout the galaxy. There will be normal, advanced, and even elite versions of these queues, and I am really scared about what the elite versions will be like, because these were hard even on normal. But I'm sure that people will develop tactics over time, and they'll become a little easier over time. And also, especially once you get some of that Iconian specialized gear to resist Iconians. The pilot specialization update is basically just an expanded suite of new pilot specialization things you can put points into if you want to. You've got the whole Iconian resistance reputation. That's going to be the big thing here, Season 10 as well. You're going to spend a lot of time, of course, grinding, but that's the nature of the game, to get to Tier 5 of the Iconian resistance reputation, and of course get all the new gear. You know, they've got ground gear, space gear, new type of weapons. They've got, it's basically all anti-proton based, but it's got it's a little different. Basically higher crits and stuff like that on it. And then of course sector space has been updated. That's not really a gameplay feature, but that's just a feature of the game now. The sector space has been opened up. Shako, when the walls fell, their little saying there that they're using for this, basically bringing down the walls of sector space and making the game seem a little bigger as you travel to each planet and so forth. They've also opened up and created some new sectors that weren't there before, more planets, a lot more planets that weren't there before, Beta Z finally in the game. So these are things that they can open up and use in future missions or episodes down the road, or I guess also for Foundry as well. So this is very cool. But yeah, the biggest things here, the first thing you're going to want to do is to go to your Hail, go to Episodes, click on Featured Episodes, and you will see the two new missions here. Blood of the Ancients is the first one, and it says, attacks from the Iconian forces are imminent, and their gateway technology means that they can attack us anywhere. Admiral Quinn has requested your presence at a briefing at Earth Space Dock. For right now, anybody Lieutenant Commander 10 and upwards can play this, so you do not need to be level 60 to play this. So go play it right now, even if you're only level 10. However, obviously down the road, these will be probably moved into the storyline. In fact, I see a new one here called the Iconian War. That's brand new. They'll probably move them into that storyline at the very end of leveling, which means you'll have to be, like in level to play these. But for right now, level 10, so go enjoy that. After you do Blood of the Ancients, then you will want to do Delta Flight. Captain Tom Paris has requested your help for a joint mission with his task force Delta Flight. Report to the Sol System for your mission briefing. So there you go. Those are the two episodes. Robert Duncan McNeil voicing Tom Paris. Glad to have him in the game. It's real. They're really, they've got most of the Voyager cast now in this game. It's just amazing that they were able to do that, but that is really, really cool. So that's cool. And I have to say I'm a little worried just right up front that 2 missions, that's all that we get pretty much for the Iconian War. That seems to me at least to be a thing that could encompass 5 or more missions. Remember in the past they used to do these 5 mission story arcs called feature series that came out, and it would be a 5 mission story arc. To me, I would think that is what the Iconian War would demand, is at least a 5 mission story arc. But they've only got it in 2 missions, so I'm a little worried that it's going to be wrapped up really quickly, or maybe it won't be wrapped up and it'll just be left open-ended. I really don't know until I play these, so we'll see how that goes. But right off the bat, I just don't know that 2 missions is enough for something called the, quote, Iconian War, which has been building up for, 5 years of the game. Let's keep that in mind. 5 years the Iconian War has been building up, and now all we get is 2 missions. So I hope they have more planned in the future, because if they just leave it at this, seems very underwhelming, at least for what has been building up over time. So it looks like we got something called Uneasy Allies here. The Iconians have shifted their attentions. Oh, you know what? That has been out. I haven't played this mission yet. And the reason why I haven't played that mission is because I don't think I have even, on this particular character... Yeah, I haven't even finished the Delta Quadrant missions on this character that I'm logged into right now. Huh, that's funny. But it looks like they will be putting those 2 missions under the Iconian War along with Uneasy Allies, which was the last one that was released. So anyway, that is the big thing. So go play that. And then after you're done playing that, the next thing to do is to go get yourself familiarized with the new PvE content that they have out. This is how you're going to earn Iconian Marks for the Iconian reputation. And they're right here at the top because they're featured right now. And it is featuring the normal level. So this is where I would start. I would definitely start with the normal level. Don't go starting off in advanced and elite, because you're not going to know what to do. And the tactics will basically kill your team if you don't know what you're doing. So go skill yourself, go learn yourself in the normal versions first. In fact, I'm going to do the same thing. So Brotherhood of the Sword, Gateway to Grethor, and the Herald Sphere. One of these is ground, 2 of these are space. And it looks like there's a lot of people playing these right now. And the wait times are very, very small. Now, this is the day of launch Season 10, so who knows how this will even itself out over time. But right now, go do that. Then after you learn the tactics in the normal, and you got the normal going down pretty good, then you can go to try Advanced. Here's Brotherhood of the Sword Advanced, and Gateway to Grethor Advanced. So you can see they have advanced versions of these as well. The Herald Sphere Advanced. And there are people playing those, but not as much. Probably going to be a lot harder to find a queue in the advanced versions of these. And then you've got the elite versions, which are even longer queues and probably really hard to get into, or probably really hard to play some of these on elite. This one doesn't even have a wait time right now. Nobody's really playing that one on elite. And then let's go down to this one. Again, this one also does not have a wait time. No one's really playing the 2 space ones in elite on right now. They're playing the ground one on elite a little bit. So the elite could be very difficult, or I don't know how it's all going to end up. But that's how you're going to earn Iconian Marks. Now, those are not the only missions that include Iconian Marks. Go down here to Iconian Mark, and you'll find that they have added Iconian Marks to some others. Actually, I take that back. They haven't added it to it yet. They're supposed to add it to it, unless this list isn't working. But from what I read, Bug Hunt may be receiving Iconian Mark to get that, and then one other mission is supposed to get the option to choose Iconian Marks. Maybe if it's on where you get to select them. What is it called? Multiple choice of marks. Some of these that have like choice of marks should allow you to get Iconian and other marks. I guess you'll just have to check and find out what is out there right now, but that's what I heard anyway. It's doesn't seem to be working in the list though, but anyway. Also keep in mind you need data cores, Iconian probe data cores, to get the Iconian reputation stuff. So that'll be part of the STFs here, and as you play the higher level ones, Advanced and Elite, of course you get more of those. So there are advantages of playing the advanced versions if you can, because you get more of that stuff. But starting off, obviously, we are all going to have to learn the tactics and how to play these. And I will be getting into that and figuring that out myself. After you play the STFs and everything, and you start earning your Iconian Marks, make sure to go to the Reputation tab, go to the Iconian Resistance Reputation, and start adding in your marks. 30 marks to start the daily, and then that way you can start your reputation all the way to tier 5. So that'll be the big thing. Radiant anti-proton weaponry. There's a space set, there's a ground set. You can see a picture here of the ground set, what it kind of looks like. So these are things that you may want, and these will help you resist Iconians or Heralds. Remember, the big thing with them is anti-proton. They fire anti-proton, any type of anti-proton resistance. Anything that's going to resist physical or kinetic damage is apparently also going to be important. So keep those kind of things in mind. Of course, you can go to the specialization and look at the new pilot trees. Basically, a tier 3 and a tier 4 pilot tree now has been out. But you can make this a primary or a secondary. So it's really cool. You can make any of these a primary or a secondary except for commando. That really allows you to customize your specializations a lot better. I like that. Other than that, the only other new thing is here in sector space where I am right now. When you look, this is it. This is sector space. It's everything. All the star systems are in one place. When you go to the galaxy map, this is where we are. Is the big blue square right now. You have over here the Alpha Quadrant, which is Cardassians and everything else. Basically Cardassians, the Breen, a little bit of the Federation, obviously also in the Alpha Quadrants. Trill, there's Beta Z, Bajor and DS9 is over there. You come over here to the Beta Quadrant, you've got, again, more of the Federation over here in the Beta Quadrant. You've got the Romulans. There's Iconia is way over here. I expected it to be up here somewhere. It wasn't. There's Hobus up there. Iconia is over here. Some Borg stuff in the Beta Quadrant. They've made themselves known. Down here's the Klingon stuff. Come over here and there's the Delta Quadrant as well, separated. So those are the 3 quadrants you go into, and then when you're in each quadrant, literally the entire area map is open to you. I can fly all the way from Sol to Kronos in one shot. It takes a long time, but I can do it in one shot without any load screens at all. So that's something to keep in mind, is how this has all changed and become bigger now. So those are really the biggest things there for Season 10. I had mentioned in the past that they might have been doing a skill revamp for Season 10. Apparently what I learned is that the person who was doing the skill revamp for Season 10, well, is no longer employed. He went away. He's gone. So there is no skill revamp for Season 10. So that is not part of this season. If that will be a part of a future season or sometime between now and Season 11, who knows? Right now, nothing official is made, nothing official is done. So pretty much at this point, just don't expect any kind of skill revamp or anything. That's just kind of off the charts for right now. Not even a thing, so just forget I ever mentioned it. So that's it for Season 10. 2 featured episodes. The 3 new STFs. Of course, you got 3 different difficulties of those. Iconian Marks to earn, Iconian Reputation to grind through, and the expanded specialization tree for pilot, and then expanded sector space. That's it. Those are the big things. So what do you do in Season 10? Well, go play the featured episodes. Enjoy that. That should be fun. That should be something. Play around with the STFs if you want to. Try to earn some Iconian Marks and Iconian Reputation. And that's about it. That's Season 10. Seems a bit smaller maybe than we would have originally anticipated as a big season update. Not the biggest season update out there. Also, considering that this is, quote, the big Iconian War, it also doesn't seem to be that massive in size or scope as we might have imagined for something as big as the Iconian War that has been building up in this game. Pretty much the big in-game content for like 5 years of this game. And now here we are, and it doesn't seem as maybe epic as it could have been. That's just my initial impression. I'm sure that others might share that feeling, that it's kind of like, yeah, okay, we get 2 missions, we get 3 STFs. That's the Iconian War. Maybe that's not enough. Maybe they should have gone back to a 5-mission story arc in the past, like they've done in the past. That would have felt a little better to me, unless they do plan to create more storyline missions in the future between now and maybe like a Season 10.5. If they plan to do that, then I'll take back what I said. But for right now, it seems a little kind of under the radar in a way. I don't know, just a little smallish for something as big as what it should be. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe the missions are just incredibly awesome and will blow my socks off. I'm hoping so. So we'll see. So this has just been an introduction here to Season 10. What's new? You can see what to do. The next thing I'm going to do is go play those featured episodes, and we will see how epic they are or not. I will start with the very first one, and I will do them both as entire videos. So I'm not going to break up the video. I'm not going to, do a cliffhanger or anything. The entire mission will be one video, no matter how long it takes to do it. So that is the next thing. Expect that. Then after that, then I'll go into the STFs. All right. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.